Today we're going to talk about the Mantis TitanX. We're going to do a quick review. This is real field dry fire training that actually works. And the reason it actually works is there's this great sensor inside that we're going to talk about and what that will do for your firearm skills. So let's get started. Before we get into any dry fire training, we always tell our students, whether you're using a training device or a real gun, clear the room of any live ammo. And in this case, since we're using a training gun, you should clear the room with any actual firearms. This is just a safety precaution, folks. So you want to treat this training device as if it were a real firearm. You want to always follow the firearm safety rules. That way, when you actually do have your real firearm in your hand, it's muscle memory. You don't even have to think about it. Muzzle is always in a safe direction. Finger is off the trigger until we're ready to shoot. We need to know our target and what's beyond. One of the hardest things to teach new shooters, and sometimes even seasoned ones, is trigger control without live fire. We all know the problem. Ammo costs, range time, logistics, getting to the range. Sometimes it's just really difficult. That's why Mantis sent me their new TitanX. I wanted to see if it really delivers on the promise. Realistic dry fire with instant feedback, holster draw analysis, and zero risk. Today I'll show you what it does, what sets it apart, and whether it earns a spot in your training routine. The unit runs about $199 and Mantis did send it to me for a review, so I want to thank them for that. I will put an affiliate link in the description if you decide to check one out. Out of the box, you've got a resetting trigger, built-in Mantis sensor, a visible laser, that's really cool, we'll talk about that more, and two auto-detecting magazines that also fit standard Glock mags. All right, these are great. They're weighted. You can actually practice magazine changes. You're shooting, you get either a malfunction or you're out of ammo. Bring the gun back, drop the mag, replace it with another one, back to shooting. This is a great feature. A lot of training guns do not have detachable magazines, and this is weighted. Comes with two of them. It also has USB charging, optic ready slide, so you can put your optics on this training gun. That's very cool. Basically everything you'd expect from a high-end trainer. So out of the box, the laser should line up at about 15 feet. To adjust, double tap right on the top here and the laser will stay on constantly, and you can adjust it with the 1.5 millimeter adjuster on the right of the muzzle here in the direction that you need to go, either up or horizontally or vertically. But the laser is very handy in using it for laser ready targets. Also to determine how your shots are. If you're just seeing a flash, that's a good shot. If you're seeing that line, that means you're moving too much. So the less that laser moves, the better. So you charge it up when you get it with the included USB cable. You plan for roughly 2 to 5 hours for a full top off. The app shows the battery percentage at the bottom of settings when you're connected. They say you should use a standard charging block or a computer USB port. Apple bricks are not recommended for these sensors. I guess it doesn't provide enough power. The real value here, folks, is that this thing actually teaches you while you're training. So let's jump into that. So here we're just pairing the Mantis app and we're calibrating. I paired mine with the Mantis pistol app, the same system that I've used for live fire coaching. The TitanX syncs automatically and starts tracking your movement from trigger prep to follow through. I've done other videos on Mantis products. I'll put links to these videos in the description. Please check them out if you haven't already. So you open up the MantisX pistol rifle app, you sign in. If you don't have an account, you create one. You hit connect, you turn on the TitanX, you see a green flash. That means it's in pairing mode, solid blue when it's connected. You place the pistol on a steady surface while the app calibrates it. Walks you through it, folks. If it doesn't connect or pop, go to settings and there's a selection for connect or disconnect Bluetooth and try it again. This app analyzes muzzle movement before, during, and after the press and assumes a proper zero and a proper sight picture with each shot. Each press calculates a new point of aim, so you can use any target under normal room light. The trace shows your prep, the break, and the follow through. Coaching cues come from that motion profile. One feature that's exclusive to the TitanX is a single and multi-shot holster draw analysis. You can run from the holster, get your first shot time, track your muzzle movement, and compare draws. It's basically a digital instructor watching every rep, safely right here in the studio. TitanX's holster draw analytics break the draw into 5 phases so you can see exactly where you're having issues. The grip part of the draw is designated by the color green. So this is the time from the start of the beep to when your hand grips the gun. The pull, or the blue, is the time it takes to pull the firearm out of the holster. The horizontal, or turquoise, is the time from the pull to when the gun is drawn and pointed in a horizontal alignment. The target is tan. How long does it take you to get up on target after getting the gun horizontal? You got it horizontal. Now how long does it take you to get on target? And of course, finally, the shot is indicated in red, and that's the time from when you're on target till you actually take the shot and pull the trigger. As I mentioned, those 2 included mags auto detect, so you can practice reloads just like live fire. No button tapping, no manual reset. For instructors, this is gold. You can build entire reload or malfunction clearance drills safely in a classroom environment. You can use dynamic and transitions to test movement discipline. Straight lines, no over travel, minimal delay. One of the great things about the TitanX is the laser integration with Laser Academy. We've already talked about the built-in laser that allows you to visualize your point of impact. It is also integratable with the Laser Academy. Now folks, I have to note here that you do get 4 modes free with the Laser Academy, but full access is not included. You have to buy that, you have to purchase it. So just so you know, when you do pay for Laser Academy access, whether it's through the app or the whole program, you can track shot groups, timing, and even host remote competitions. For dry fire instructors or cautious new shooters, this is a game changer. It's 100% safe. It gives you instant feedback that builds confidence before live rounds ever go downrange. Now you'll see when you go through, you can see how your shots are. Obviously the higher the score, the better. It will show you during a regular drill if you're shooting low and to the left or high and to the right. It will also show you if you're using too little trigger finger, or if you're anticipating the shot or anticipating recoil. It will show you all these things, folks. It'll tell you if it's a good shot. It will give you a lower score if it's not a good shot, and it will show you what you need to do to improve. The app is great. It gives you all kinds of data. It tells you when you fire multiple shots, how much you're moving the gun during each shot. Do you actually go over and then come back to the target, or do you go right on target? Do you make the minimal movement of the gun to get to the next target, or are you moving the gun too much? How are your shots in between? How is the movement? It gives you so much data and information and suggests changes to improve. Here's what I like. The trigger feels surprisingly realistic. This is a Glock 19 model, so it fits in my Glock 19 holster, of course. I love that it's got the optic ready upper slide here. You can put optics on it. I love that it's got a detachable magazine. The trigger does feel realistic. It's got the clean break and a positive reset. I really do like that. The integration with the Mantis app is seamless. It picks it right up. The holster draw and reload feedback add real world value. It's a safe bridge for nervous or brand new shooters. Downsides, you still need a phone or a tablet for full functionality. And the Laser Academy upgrade isn't free, but that's a trade-off for an advanced system like this. Of course, you can always use the laser. Obviously, that's going to tell you where your shot is going, and it's going to indicate, are you moving the gun too much, or are you keeping it steady? And you also, of course, have the changeable magazine, so it's still usable without a phone or a device, but for full functionality, obviously, you're going to need to connect it to a device. If you want to improve your trigger control, your speed, and draw confidence without burning ammo, the Mantis TitanX deserves a serious look, folks. I've dropped my affiliate links below in the description. It does help the channel. It doesn't cost you anything when you use the affiliate links, and it keeps more reviews like this coming. For those that want to go deeper, check out our other channel, Defend Confidently, where we're going to go into some drills with the TitanX. We're going to show how to build drills with this system, holster draw analysis, related progression, the data interpretation. Stay safe, train smart, and remember, confidence comes from competence. Keep building both.